All right, we're just going to get on here and get the show on the road. It's early, I realize it. So I've decided I wanted to get back to some PureSim baseball, and got 1967 set up, and it's going to be part of a rather quick project where I want to take three baseball sims and kind of sim out a season, mostly sim it out. So it doesn't really count as a season replay. I just want to start. I think it'd be fun to look at comparisons of baseball sims, not only, or not really because for accuracy, but just how fun they are to play. And it's always fun. You know, we're stat geeks on here in this community. So I've got about an hour and 15 minutes. Bernie will be on with the game at 1:30 Eastern. It's going to be 1914 Boston Red Sox, Cleveland Naps. So that's going to be a good game. So Bernie doing some dead ball, and I'm moving into, or not moving into or moving away from dead ball, but at least doing something just now. I thought I would set this up. So before we get into it, I wanted to get into a couple other kind of neat features that I really like about Pure Sim Baseball, and whether Sean Sullivan is actually ever around again, which we hope so, and the scuttlebutt is he's working on a new game. So I've already set the logos for everything, and these are all 1967 appropriate logos. There's the Kansas City. Actually, I have to fix the, or yeah, no, there they are. There's the Kansas City Athletics. So these are all correct logos for the year. I didn't realize, being a Pirates fan, that this actually was in the late. This was the first year of this Pirate, which I always felt looked a little bit like Dave Justy. Don't know why that is, but good slate of games here. But what I wanted to show you was something really cool. So let's just go to, I don't know, we'll click on the St. Louis Cardinals. There's Mike Silva. How you doing, Mike? So one of the things that's really cool about this thing is the manager AI tendencies. These things are really deep. So it will give you the actual manager. You can import managers, but what's really fun about this is not only can you change ratings, but these go, this is like, so for overall settings for managers, and then all kinds of situations. So like, if you're between, one innings 1 to 3 and it's tied, you're ahead by a run, ahead by 2, 3, behind a run, all that. You can set this AI all the way down. So, as Mike says, never played Pure Sims, so this is très intéressant. Well, yeah, très bien, mon ami. Hopefully you'll like it. It's got a very kind of sparse play-by-play or whatever, and but it's really a cool game, and this is the widest. You can't run this full screen, unfortunately. This is older software, and nobody's supporting it anymore. So it's been behaving itself, knock wood. Anyhow, we have just a little bit of time till we have Bernie on at 1:30. So we're going to do this. So it's going to be this game, Out of the Park Baseball, and I have to decide on a third. Action PC Baseball would be the usual suspect, but I'm kind of thinking of Baseball for Windows, or maybe old time baseball, but probably Baseball for Windows because of the speed at which it can replay a season. It's really fast. So I'm not sure yet. Ton of baseball. Diamond Mind is out because I don't have the 1967 for that. It's the only baseball game I have that I don't have every season for. Dombrov, I had considered that, as well as Digital Diamond Baseball. Dombrov hasn't gotten a lot of love on this channel, so probably that's not going to be there. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. But this is also an excuse to play some pure sim baseball, which I really love. So today's game is going to be Phillies and Cubs. So we'll get out here. Everything's menu driven. We'll go to games, and you can choose to manage the game, and you can manage any game you want. You just have to set yourself as the owner, just like the way Out of the Park Baseball used to be. In fact, has that act as. But today I thought we'd just watch a PSPN cast, is what it's called. So it's going to be the Philadelphia Phillies and the Chicago Cubs, Jim Bunning versus Fergie Jenkins. So let's get to it. All right. I've already set the ballparks, everything. All right, so we have our starting lineups here for Philadelphia. It's going to be Rojas, Callison, and Gonzalez. Dick Allen, White, and Briggs, Dalrymple, Linz and Bunning for the Chicago Cubs. Kessinger, Banks, and Williams. Got Ernie Banks and Billy Williams. Gotta love that. Santo and Hundley, Thomas, Beckert, Phillips, and Jenkins. All right. So this will track stats as you go along, but we'll get there. It's very cold here today in Chicago, and I should add that this automatically does as played schedules. You don't even have to set that up. When you're setting up a replay league, it will say PureSim has the as played schedule. Would you like to use it? So don't know whether it was actually cold that day in Chicago, if it takes that into account, but this is the 1967. All right. So there we go. Oh, and my sound is being weird. Hang on a second. Because that should not be coming out that way. Very, very weird. I don't know if you can pick up any sound in the background. If you can, I'm going to leave it like that. Because this game is weird. All right. Another thing you can do when you mouse over anybody, just like in Out of the Park Baseball, you get some basic stats. If you click on them, there you go. All right, so Cookie Rojas will lead things off here. Opening day, Wrigley Field, 1967. All right, Jenkins ready to deal. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Rojas grounds this one right back to Jenkins for out number one as Jenkins fires on to Ernie Banks. All right. So now batting Johnny Callison. Down here you've got, what's really nice too, is you get their ratings in each window down on each side, which is really cool. So Bernie, yep, I know you have a game coming up at 1:30, so we will be done in plenty of time. All right, Johnny Callison steps in against Fergie Jenkins. 1 out, bases empty. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Callison sends this up through the middle for a single past Phillips at second. And one thing I've realized I have to do is I have to reset all the fielders. But let's pretend I'm playing a cards and dice game and it doesn't matter because I don't feel like doing it right now. All right, so Johnny Callison on at first. We can see not a lot of speed there, just a 34. All right. So Gonzalez steps in now. 1 out, runner at first. Jenkins deals to Tony Gonzalez, and here's a 1-2 pitch, and this one grounded out to Kessinger for the 6-3 putout. And, or I'm sorry, grounds to second, score that a 4-3 putout. All right. So Callison moves to second on the play. And here is Dick Don't Call Me Richie Allen, the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3. Dick Allen goes down. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the first here. Philadelphia nothing, or Chicago coming to bat. So again, I didn't reset the fielders, so kind of ignore that. But everything else is set to go in this game. All right. So, and there is Cousin Ken Castro. So, guys, I'm trying to figure out a way to get this game distributed to all you guys if you want it. Sean Sullivan, before he left the gaming community or what happened, gave permission for this to be freely available. I don't know if you're picking up game sound or not. For some reason, this is not picking up the way it should. So, there's not really a lot going on sound-wise. There's a crowd back there and stuff, so... Yeah, it's a good game, Ken. It has every season from 1900 to 2015. Okay, you can hear a little. All right, that's good. All right, we'll take that. And I'll try to figure... This is the only game that does this weird sound issue. All right, Don Kessinger will lead it off here against Jim Bunning. All right, here's the delivery. 0-1 pitch. Kessinger sends this up to middle. And he's going to ground right out as Bunning throws on to White at first. So 1 away here for the Chicago Cubs. And Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks, at the plate. Here's the delivery. Banks swings in the first pitch. And this one just popped to first. And White settles under it and makes the catch. So 2 Cubs up, 2 Cubs down now. And that brings up the great Billy Williams. Lefty stands in. The 0-2 pitch to Williams, and Williams, strike 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're scoreless here in Chicago. Top of the second, Phillies and Cubs. All right, here we go. And again, I love the fact that you can just go over and just see all kinds of right down here's ratings, but then the stats it will track during the season, and then you can also see just other ratings like as a pinch hitter, things like that, his speed. So good stuff. All right, so here's Bill White. Fergie Jenkins to deal to Bill White. The 3-1 pitch to White, and White draws the walk, so Jenkins loses him. White aboard. And let's look at White as a base stealer. So he's got average speed. And so that brings up John Briggs. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Briggs, first pitch swinging, and grounds into a 6-4-3 double play. So just that quickly, 2 down here for Philadelphia. And it brings up Clay Dalrymple. I don't think he's any relation to Abner. Jenkins deals the 1-2, and Dalrymple sends this out into left field. Williams back on the ball and makes the catch. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and we are scoreless. The only non-zero number up there right now, a hit by the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, here's Hall of Famer Ron Santo. Took too damn long to get him into the Hall of Fame. Bunning wheels and deals. The 0-1 pitch to Santo, and this one, a grounder back to the mound again. Bunning fires onto Bill White for the 1-3 putout. So 1 up, 1 down here, bottom of the second, and that will bring up Randy Hundley. Almost called him Todd Hundley. Bunning deals. The 1-1 pitch, and Hundley grounds this one down to third base. Richie Allen fires across the diamond, 2 down. So this is also an exercise for me. So for Bernie, getting into dead ball, for me, this is playing 1960s baseball. And so you'll see me mousing over a lot of these players because 1960s baseball is not in my wheelhouse. So, although we are playing in the Summer of Love, 1967. All right. So here we go. Lee Thomas will lead it off here for the Cubs. Bunning deals. And Thomas swinging on the first pitch. And this one sky to left. And Gonzalez making the catch out there in left field, which looks like he's just beyond short. I forgot to set these ballparks. I signed the photos, but forgot to set the players. Ah, well. That's all right. All right. So Phil Lynn's now to bat. Jenkins deals. The 0-2, and Len sends this one out into center field, and this will be a double. So Phillips gets the ball back in, and Lynn's aboard at second. So first extra base hit in the game. Phillies with 2 hits, and it brings up Jim Bunning. See if he tries to bunt here, just to kind of catch him off guard. But nope. So 1 out, but moving to third on the play is Lynn's. And we swing around back at the top of the order. And Cookie Rojas. Jenkins with the delivery. Philadelphia threatening here. Corners in the 2-2 pitch. Rojas sends this out into right field. But this one caught by Thomas. So 2 outs. The runner does not tag. And here's Johnny Callison, a channel favorite of Phillies fans. The 1-2 pitch to Callison, and Callison swings and misses. So big pitch by Fergie Jenkins. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 left just 90 feet away. Bottom of the third inning, and we're scoreless here in Chicago. Opening day, 1967. We already did play Red Sox, White Sox. Red Sox won 6-4. All right. So Glenn Beckert will lead things off here for the Cubbies. Bunning with the pitch. Beckert, first pitch swinging, and a single to center field. And the Cubbies pick up their first base hit of the game. So Beckert aboard. And Beckert, not a lot of speed there. tiny bit above average, but not much. All right, Adolfo Phillips now. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Phillips lines this into right, and this is going to go all the way to the wall for a double. Beckert will move to third, so runners at second and third for the Chicago Cubs. And it brings up Fergie Jenkins. Bunning deals to Jenkins, and Jenkins will ground this one to third. And Beckert comes to the plate, and the tag, and he is out of there. So probably not the best choice there by Chicago, but trying to get things started. All right, so we have one out, runners at first and third. And what's nice here is it will tell you down here in the play-by-play and also up here under the scoreboard. It's a very stylish looking game. I do like it. All right, here's the pitch to Kessinger now, and Kessinger will single. And the Cubbies score a run as Jenkins moves up to second. Phillips scores on the play. So the Chicago Cubs now leading in the bottom of the third. It's 1-0. Here's Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. So I do have to fix these ballparks. It's a little disorienting. And Ernie Banks goes down on strikes. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We go to the top of the fourth. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Gonzalez sends this one just out to Phillips, making the catch. So 1 away. Legend Sports Universe is bouncing between here and Dwayne Street. I didn't realize Dwayne was... I checked YouTube, didn't see it. I didn't get the notification. Dwayne Stream, probably a lot more fun. This one a little bit more experimental. So anyhow, good to see you, Legends. Loving the postseason. Keep it up. Philip Reynolds, how you doing, man? All right. Oh, Bernie, it's just, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, if I actually, you know what, we could just autoplay this and I'll go to Dwayne's house. I feel really badly now because I haven't heard a Dwayne stream in a while, and he's gonna hate me forever. Wasn't feeling great. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it is good to see him on, definitely. I wish I had known. I didn't get the notification. Then again, as legend says, these things do. I'm gonna try to cut this down. This thing's pegging in the red for some weird reason. Let's see if that's gonna be any better. I want to deafen you guys. Sorry for the game noise being so mute. For some reason, it's not routing through headphones the way it should, like every other game in the world. All right. Here's Dick Allen now. Here's the pitch, and Allen will send this one out to center field, and Phillips ranges under it and makes the catch. So 1 up, 1 down, or 2 up, or I should say 2 down. And here's Bill White. You guys have to forgive me. I haven't broadcasted a game of this ever. I've never broadcasted a PureSim game, so this is all new to me, trying to get my bearings. 2 outs to White. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and White sends this one. High fly ball right field, and this is going to be out of here, a home run. All right. So I think what we're going to do is go ahead and auto-complete this game, because I do want to show you guys quickly before we go off and get to Dwayne's how you can set players in the field. So let's go ahead and auto-complete, and end of game. And there we go. So the Philadelphia Phillies fall to the Chicago Cubs by a score of 3-1. Chicago 3-8-0. Philadelphia won 4-0. Jenkins gets the win. Bunning takes the loss. Ray Culp comes in and gets the save. Bill White had a home run for the Phillies in the player of the game, Ron Santo. So, of course, you can get a box score in the game. No big deal. But it's a nice, clean-looking box score, again, where everybody is clickable. Kind of newspaper-style box score there. I kind of like it. All right. But the other thing, and you can save it as an HTML file. You can print it. The other thing I like is the game log. So Action PC has that quote-unquote film. Well, this is kind of the same thing, except that unlike Action PC Baseball, with this, I can I can go to any player and look at any player all the way down. So everything hyperlinked here. So that's a really, really, really nice touch. So something to keep in mind. All right, so we'll close this. Does it keep fielding stats in the box score? Well, let's go back and see. What do it do? What does it do? So what it'll do is it's going to track fielding in the best way I can put it is the encyclopedia that you have in like Action PC Baseball comes to mind. Okay, so it will track all of this stuff as you're going along. So here we can see errors. Dalton Jones had an error in this game. Don Buford. We're looking now at the White Sox-Red Sox game, by the way, that we played the other day. All right, now the last thing I didn't do was, like in Egypt, I didn't set the fielders. So we'll go back to Atlanta. We'll go to the ballpark. So there's the ballpark, and I have to modify it. And then what I have to do here at this point is, I believe it is, is it configure, or is it, I want to select this. Okay, I've already done this. Let's see, is it this? Yeah, there it is. So basically, this is kind of dragging and dropping everybody around. These are just ball positions. You don't have to worry about it. So I can move these center fielders up here. Right fielder, right, so runner on first. So I'm going to have to go back and do this for all these guys. But that's okay. That's fine. Catcher there. I've got to find the batters and stuff like that. So adjust fielder running locations, adjust ball flight. Really not going to worry about that. Place home plate origin, what have you. I think I have to cut. I don't think I can move this out of the way. Can I move this out of the way? Oh, yes, I can. That's nice. So there you go. Bernie talking about what happens if I click done? Not done. But let's go ahead and do this. So you do have to set these just the way that you would. And I wish I could move this damn window, but again, Sean's not around, so I have no idea where my batters are. But I think this is really, really, it'll be worth it. And if you guys, once I can figure out where to host it, you'll have a game that has a lot of seasons to it. And I think you'll have fun with it. I really, really do. But I'm trying to figure out how I want to do a couple kind of replays. This is a bit of a pain in the ass. Unfortunately, you can't really pick on the game for this, though, because it's just kind of the same. But now, if we would go and play a Braves game, this should look better. So let's click done, and let's just see how close I got. It's the batters that are going to be tricky. All right, so it's very, very, let's move along here. We'll just go to games. Let's see. We should have a Braves game. Yeah, there we go. Let's watch a PSPN cast and see how close I got. Once I get a feel for this again, I should be fine. Click close. Oh, yeah, it's a little better. Still need to move these guys out further, but at least it's not as crowded looking. So we'll go ahead and just auto-complete this game. Oh my God, that was a hell of a game there. So 8-7. So yeah, there you go. A little bit of PureSim baseball. If you guys have any questions on it, it's got very, very, very deep. Yeah, it does. I think we did start at the same time. It does happen. You're absolutely right. Digital Diamond shows putouts, assists, and errors in the extended box score. Yeah. Again, with this, let's look at the box score of this slobber knocker that just happened with Atlanta and Houston. Houston, not a team I'm terribly interested in, but there you go. Let me see. What do we got here? Yeah, so here it's just showing errors. So what I could do is let's go to Is it Maine? Did I want to do this? No, let's just select a team. Again, we'll select the Atlanta Braves. And let's see what we have here. Here's team statistics. All right, so we have batting, pitching. So there you go, Mike. It's going to do it not in the box score, but it will track these stats throughout the season. So, yeah, I mean, the only drawback I would say to this game is trying to just set fielder positions. It's a bit of a drag, if you'll pardon the expression. But beyond that, so it looks like with Atlanta, I've got to really kind of push those guys back. So if there's interest in this game, again, its original developer Sean Sullivan gave this game away. It used to be a commercial game. I gave it away as a freebie, and I mean, it's pretty good. It really, really plays pretty well. I like it. Every season from 1900 to 2015. You also don't, you can just do great teams. You could do like a McGreevy style league in this thing. It's really, really, it's robust. There's a lot you can do with it. So it's a 500 megabyte file. I've just got to put it somewhere where you guys can get to it if there's an interest. I mean, it's free baseball. So there you go. So I guess that's it. Let me check here and see how far along Dwayne is in his game. So yeah, he's doing Senators Yankees. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, this is going to be a very abbreviated broadcast. Let me see what inning he's in. You'll hear Dwayne here for a second.
On second and third and nobody out.
Yeah, he's halfway through. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this so that we can just go over there. Don't know if I'll be back on. I might or I might not. It depends because Bernie has a game coming up at 1:30, which I really want to check. So thanks, guys, for checking in. And I guess we'll see you over at Dwayne's house. And until next we meet, see you around the ballpark and around the batting cage. Bye-bye now.